Good morning, good morning,
Hello.
good morning. Yes,
Hello. Good
good
morning.
morning, Varix, and lovely to see you here. So today, as we planned, we are going live on a few platforms with networking conversations. And yes, we're just going to talk about business insights, out, inside and out, and we will share some challenges. So hopefully, other business owners, solopreneurs, and CEOs will learn one thing or two. I'm Lolita Reed from Project P, and usually I help small business owners to create, as I say, a life and kicking business plan that works for them and gives clarity and direction. And today I have a lovely guest, an expert, Varix Patel from, yes, say hello. Yeah, give us a wave.
Hello. Yeah. Hello. This is Varix. Yeah, from India.
Yeah, exactly, from India. So we today we will be talking about some cultural aspects as well, because I am based in Norway, but we met through networking through the UK network. Is that correct?
Yes, it was a forehand. So we met there. It's so lovely meeting you
Exactly.
and
So
continue conversations time to time. Yes.
exactly. So we are going to have these conversations, and it's always, I think, enlightening because different cultures, different people, different way of doing business. And today we will have a bit of insights in how you run your business and how you build your business. So Varix, stage is yours. Go and introduce yourself, and then we will kick with our networking conversations.
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much for hosting this, and thank you very much for providing this platform and having all the tools available. So we can go live uh, on multiple platform at the same time. So this is Varix Patel from India, running an IT company in western part of India. We have a small team of developers, and we contribute into SME, MSME sector. So
Mhm.
our clients are typically small scale businesses, and we help them expand their business using our skills, which is typically in the software development, programming, web application development, all sort of digital space. So
Mhm.
this is what we do.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I know you create bespoke applications and systems for
Yes,
different business industries when they need to have some systems in place. You know,
yes. It's
and
all custom software development, or maybe we can be an extended arm to products as well if someone has a product and they want a team from India. So these
okay,
are two sectors we cater.
that's very good. That's actually India opened, but we will talk about it a bit later. India opened a new gate for outsourcing, services and even products in India. So Western businesses can save a bit of money. So I don't know, can we save money or not? We will talk about that. But I want you to share a bit more about your company, Corize, and the vision. Why this company was created? A bit, just shortly, why this company was created and what is the vision?
Yes, I think why part is important. So I have been employed throughout my career, except when I started this 3 years back. And during this time, I learned many things, worked with fantastic people. And over a period of time, I thought that, you know, a company, a small company, I would say a very good workplace where people can have a reasonable work-life balance, and they can also contribute into growth of small-scale clients. And the culture which I wanted to build, which was based on trust and transparency. So
Mm-hmm.
lately, entire industry moved towards the SLA-driven thing. So there is a scope, there is a service level agreement, there are things to be done, like kind of a checklist kind of thing.
Mhm.
And I believe that most of those smaller companies aspire to serve bigger clients. So
Mhm.
there's a real amount of vacuum space where small scale client who doesn't start, right away like larger corporations
Mhm.
with a typical problem statement, and they need some entrepreneur on the other side who can understand and be, kind of someone who can hold their hands, utilize the IT for their own business, stay competitive
Mhm.
in the market, and not only survive but make some kind of growth for their own businesses. So this is the space which I wanted to be, and I believe that starting this company is for so reason that we contribute to the business, we participate in the growth of the people,
Mhm.
we can see them growing, and we can be part of their entire journey, rather than just being a kind of someone who's ticking a check boxes on some kind of service level agreements we define. So this
Absolutely.
is the space I wanted to be, and
Mhm.
that's the reason we started this company.
Okay, and how did you find your team? How many employees, Varix, do you have in your company?
Currently, I have active employee in the organization, which are 12,
Mhm.
and I have few consultant working with us. So overall, kind of a 20 people team size.
That's good number. So tell me, how do you motivate your team, as you say, to work together and to contribute to other businesses' growth? How do you motivate them?
Uh, Team, I mean, when you build a team, it is very important that like-minded people are there.
Yeah.
So, the kind of vision we see about contributing people's business, we need people with a lot of empathy, a lot of understanding on the business or consultative mindset. Basically, they can deep dive into problem rather than just sticking to their own skill set, and they should basically have that mindset where they don't see the only programming aspect of their whatever they are creating.
Mhm.
They understand the functional aspect of the business and use this programming as a tool to cater the services. So this is this kind of people we need. So during the selection process, we do a lot of stuff. We have our own value system and principles. We continuously tell people why we are here and how we do things for our client, and that keeps all of us aligned. And this alignment is somewhere, the symmetry which we create, that's the biggest motivator for all of us.
Mhm. Mhm.
When people move in one direction with the symmetry, obviously journey becomes more enjoyable, I would say.
No, yeah, I totally agree. Of course, like on the Maslow's scale of motivation, there is the different levels, and money, I can clearly see, of course, not on the top of that scale in your company. Money is important. We always say, that we need to bring money into company. We need to be profitable as a business. However, do you agree that money is not always the case? Money is important, but there are other aspects of
So far, yeah, I think money is always a byproduct. That's what our Gita also says, our religious structure, and I'm firm believer in that. So far in 20 years of career, I've never, negotiated salary or the profit or share or anything. Things has come to me. So I believe that money is a very important aspect. You cannot just focus on the, work-life balance or culture or value only. Money is very important,
Mhm.
but that should not be the prime motivator. For me, it is not. So and that enables us, free us to take certain kind of decision which is not having the pressure of money.
Yeah.
And once we take those steps, and we establish our business practices, considering that money is a byproduct, not the only goal.
Yeah.
uh, Things start falling in place, I think.
Okay.
So money is important,
I
but
know,
that's not the primary goal. That's not primary goal for all of
money is
us.
important. somebody said, and I can't remember who exactly said, but it said that I better arrive to my problems with Ferrari or Bugatti or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think he was right, because yeah, it's better to be unhappy or broken or unhappy, I mean, unhappy in Ferrari or Bugatti than in some sort of smaller vehicle.
See, my journey with this organization, because I was a firm believer in creating a productive culture. So initially when I started, like any other businessman, you have a dream kind of thing in terms of what your organization should be and what kind of people and the way of working. So I put a lot of stress on value system and culture,
Mhm.
and that has I would say that has costed a little bit during the entire journey.
Yes.
So I think culture is important, but money is important too. So I think first priority is to bring some kind of money and then use that money to set the culture what you want to have. So both things go in parallel. Culture helps you to bring more money,
Mhm.
and that money, if utilized to set keep the culture alive, okay, then it's a positive loop I'm trying to create.
Interconnected, I think. Yeah, everything can be interconnected and intercharged, or whatever is the word. So okay, then, so why then you work with SMS? What wouldn't you be then,
SMEs.
or
Yeah.
SMEs? SMEs, why is this particular target group?
Thing is that I always work in a not so big company. So the company which I work, the largest size is like 500, 600 people. The last company I worked, where the team were approximately of the same size. And those kind of companies, mostly typical clients were of kind of SME, MSME,
Mhm.
and little couple of projects which are larger corporates as well, not so many. So I think over a period of time, I built that expertise that I can play a good role in those kind of sections. So someone says that, okay, I have a project with 50 people team and with a larger corporate, probably I'm not skilled and I need to accept that limitation. I can venture, I can make it successful with a reasonable of effort. I can increase the probability, but obviously, when I run my business, I'm not the project manager. So I need to think about what kind of people in the team available around you.
Yeah.
With the vision and the value, you create what kind of clients you can comfortably serve, or I would say you can contribute positively. I believe that over a period of time, SME, MSME sector, they have a hard time finding good talent, good ID talent, because most of the companies, when they go a little larger, they aspire to go for larger accounts.
Yeah.
Their entire processes, sales, their targets, everything goes into that direction. And probably the smaller clients are something of a less priority, even if they were the instrumental in their growth. So I thought that that is a space. So that's a strong business reason to be there. Second part is that our skill set, because the team which I have around, probably they are good in handling those kind of clients, rather than and maybe they are happier doing that, uh, rather than having the larger corporates where you become a very tiny part of the entire structure.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
that's a reason, specifically our competitiveness and the skills.
Okay.
That's where we want to go.
That's good to know. So now I know that yeah, this world is quite now noisy of everybody doing anything you need them to do. How do you find your clients? And do you feel that this, especially India on its own, is huge country. So how do
Yeah.
you deal with competition?
See, competition is there. Typically, the market conditions outside is also not very favorable, because most of the businesses are struggling. So IT is itself not an industry which can manufacture something. We
Mhm.
are service industry to other industries. So if other businesses are down, naturally it will have impact on us too. And on top of that, AI is there, which is creating a kind of a different kind of skills, demand, aspirations.
Mhm.
So I think the competition is in from the couple of direction. One is that most of the businesses are struggling because of the global economic condition, the wars and trade policy, those kind of things. And second part is AI is also disrupting a market where many client do not know, okay, whether they want to start a project in a
Mhm,
traditional way or go an AI way.
mhm,
So that's where the competition is, and we are trying to learn every day what works for us, what works
mhm,
for client,
mhm.
and then we come up with the solution which is the most beneficial to their businesses. So
Yeah.
that's the way we want to be competitive. I personally try to connect to many people over the networking call,
Mhm.
and try to see that what kind of demand is there, what kind of problem statements exist which we can fix, we can solve. And that's where we start with some kind of trust building exercise relationship,
Yeah.
and gradually we start contributing. So this is the way we do it.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way. So you have this personal touch. That's why you work with
Yes.
smaller organizations because they maybe seek that personal touch, whereas corporations, decision-making process too long as well, and they don't know what there's too many departments and too many people in charge. I have that impression, but I might be wrong. So that's okay. So you have that personal touch. That's good. And then when now I would like to ask you about artificial intelligence, about AI. Do you use artificial intelligence tools in your systems when you create bespoke systems for other companies? And what is
Yes.
your view on the whole AI hype, if we would say? Because I know you are spiritual person. You know, we all like I am spiritual as well, and when this AI thingy started, I felt a bit like not right. You know, it's not right. The wrong word. I felt a bit. I don't like this AI stuff, but now I use it, and that's okay as a tool. So, what is your view, and how do you apply that in your company?
when I think before 2 years I wrote a blog on LinkedIn.
Uh huh.
And I think just imagine that you first time see a horse, an animal who is running very fast.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want to compete with that animal or do you want to ride it? So that's the answer. That
Short.
AI is there. Make use of it. For us, it's a day to day. There are new tools coming in.
Mhm.
Most of the developers they are excited, so they try to experiment with things. Whatever productivity gain we achieve through that, we pass that to client. And for us it is just one another tool. It's a very important, exciting, does a lot of thing. But same thing which happened 20, 25, 30 years back when MS Office and Windows operating system came. So anything which new comes with a lot of different features, adding certain kind of value in whatever they are doing. It will have its own excitement, and it will create some hype as well, and gradually things will settle down. So I think that we and AI, they can coexist.
Coexist. So you don't think that there will be this Terminator future when the machines against people?
Maybe, I mean, if but I think not before. I don't see it's happening before we are dead. So maybe far in the future, and we don't know why. I mean, it's someone's own visualization about what AI can do with the humans. But I think that's all movies and the fantasy cinema.
Yeah, might be, but we never know. I'll be back. He said so. So that's all. Yeah. I do agree that AI is just a tool and very handy, and it could be used in many areas of business and life. So that's good. But how do you keep up with that? I know you have a team. So are they sitting and they like researching and observing all these new trends on AI
Yeah,
or
any obviously, I mean, things become faster, and you can utilize that time to do certain other things. if you are able to do 5 things in a day, maybe you are now able to do 7 things. So that productivity gain is always there. Personally, for me, it helps a lot in terms of communication, AI, mail drafting, certain kind of concept validation, creating ideas, finding names. When I create some kind of blog, then it gives me a good title. So those are the basic use cases. For coders, they create things faster. They
Mm.
can see certain code samples. They can instruct it a certain time. It's very complex problem. They get it fixed very fast. So everyone has their own use case. But yes, it's not optional. It's mandatory. You need to use it. You need to use it for certain kind of gains. Uh,
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Good to know. Of course, even AI makes mistakes sometimes. And then when like I have in my experience, I asked a question and I got a wrong answer, and I say, then confront the AI. I said, this is wrong. Why did you answer wrong? And then, oh, I'm sorry. So we humans, we make mistakes as well. And that's
Yes,
okay in business and life. So would you like to share, or I would ask you to share one or two even lessons from your business journey? Maybe life as
you
well.
mean the failures?
Or
Failures, you want to say?
we will say mistakes and lessons. Yeah, failures, and then what did you get from that failure? A lesson or or something else?
Yes. So when I started company, as I said, that I had certain kind of visualization of doing things in certain way. Money was not the motivator for me, so it's not of money. So I did not go on board to create the targets and those kind of Excel sheet that how
Yes.
many people are needed and what kind of business we bring in from what sources. That's always there. The first thing I try to put on paper is that how I want to run the business. So that define the value system and certain principles. So first principle is that okay, we do not accept the work which we cannot do.
Right.
And second principle is that we do not accept the work which we can do but client cannot use as well. So if we are in a position to deliver but client is not in a position to utilize that,
Mm-hmm.
so that is also not something which we want to do because it will spoil everyone's time and money and the energy, because at the end you are not seeing the success. So a year back, I think I was in a situation to survive. I need to take kind of projects, and I took an aggressive decision where I had a doubt that whatever we create, if this client is able to use it or not, will be
Okay.
able to use that or not, will this project be successful or not, even if we deliver what is written.
Yeah.
And eventually it happened that all the time when we go over a call, multiple stakeholders from their side, they were not clear internally about what to create, what to be done. So
Mm-hmm.
internal conflicts were there about the final scope of work. And eventually after a journey, I mean after delivery, it got realized that what the primary stakeholder were wanting to be a system,
Mm-hmm.
the people who were instructing us were not aligned with those people. And
Right.
that's where certain kind of failure we face. And a lesson learned was that okay, whenever you feel that you are into that kind of situation, stop there rather than going much deeper into that, because this is for kind of a loss making situation.
Yeah.
In that particular case, the primary stakeholder was having a different ideas with respect to AI, because 1 year before the hype was so much that
Mm.
after starting a project, they come up with all kind of different imaginary situation and putting the AI into the system without having a real business case or a use case, and
Yeah.
that created a kind of lot of chaos because of not having client with that stable mindset.
Exactly.
So these kind of projects where we get a feeling, early feeling that okay, fine, this is not going anywhere, which is productive. We need to make a stop there, which I did not, and it ended up into a kind of a failure, I would say.
Well, yeah.
So
Now you
yeah,
know.
lesson learned. Lesson learned is that okay, if you define principles, stick to that.
Exactly, your principles are actually very good. And tell me now, so do you think, or what is your view on should we listen our intuition? Like in business, like these all like very, very, uh, I don't know, like successful, we could say, rich people, we can say they sometimes ruthless, and they just, they have their goals and they go for it. They have these key performance indicators and they follow them, and very often they ignore what's their inner voice are telling them, and then in the end, even if they have billions in their bank account, which is okay, very good, but in the end they are very unhappy. So do you think we should find a balance where we listen to our inner voice but also have a bit of structure and some framework that we can follow, and or values, even principles, business orientated and also uh, inner voice orientated? What do you think about that?
Y- Yeah, I think inner voice is important because that comes from certain kind of your past experiences. So whatever you have, achieved as a success, failure, your whatever learnings over a period of time has happened. So that comes from that inner part. I think this is a bit spiritual here, but I believe that whenever there is a doubt, listen to that whatever is coming from inside,
Mm-hmm.
and then try to either follow or balance. At least take that information and put that as a fact, and then do all the calculations.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, so you have an information, sit with it and see what's happening. Okay, now, like, okay, what do you think about meditation now? Because meditation is again a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, became a hype, like artificial intelligence, and everybody were meditating and everybody were sitting in these yogis form, which I cannot do because I with age my hips are not flexible. What do you think about meditation, and do you do meditate yourself?
I think everyone has. I don't practice per se the people sitting in the room and in the silence. I think meditation to me is about absence of any thought. And most of the time, if I see ample amount of water, water body, a flowing water, river, so that's where I become thoughtless. So that's my meditation. So time to time, I visit nearby places somewhere where there's an ample amount of water, and I sit there. So for me, that's a meditation. So
Yeah.
I don't do this some kind of a religious kind of meditation, and I don't do that out of discipline as well. But whenever there's a time when I get that kind of, and even if I'm busy, I have those places nearby to my house as well. So
Mm.
I go there and sit for a few minutes. That's enough for me.
Yeah,
So
everybody is different. Somebody said as
yeah,
well that you can even meditate when you wash dishes. Well, that's not for me, of course, because I don't like meditate while we're washing dishes. But yes, we can meditate whenever and wherever. You don't need to sit in this position where I cannot then stand.
you don't. If someone cannot do that, maybe they try to be doing things which they like. Probably that's where you get, if you like an art or paint or sculpture or some kind of hobby. If you deep dive into the things which you like, probably that's where you become thoughtless. That's
Absolutely. Yeah. So now coming back to the business side, to business side, how do you, because we mentioned already, the global economy situation is a bit challenging lately. So how do you manage your cost and expenditure, and still have quality, not just for customers, but also for your team? Do you
I
have any
think.
advice there?
Yeah. So being in as being in SME, the biggest challenge is that a small client doesn't have a chance to fail. A corporate can afford a failed project, but small business can never be. So we need to be right all the time. So that's the challenge always when we are into that space. And the important part of having the cost and quality balance is that if you can do things with needle, you don't use sword or
Hmm.
a hammer. Okay. So we set up our processes so lean, we manage our payroll and the bench so effectively
Mm-hmm.
that we don't have an extra burden. of a lot of overhead processes which is required for many large projects.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the SME sector they need a system to record everything to stay safe, provide basic services, but many times it's a closed user group. So you design your architecture, system, processes, documentation in a way that that particular small business can afford.
Yeah.
So that's the way we manage it, where we have bare minimum tools, or simple. I say that a simplistic tool for managing project and task and the timesheet and productivity.
Mm-hmm.
We have a single style of documenting requirement, and that becomes a reference point for
Okay.
client, for my developer, for project
Great.
managers, and even when we do QA.
Mm-hmm.
It is a single reference point, and we keep updating it. So that's there are certain lean processes which I have established, so that help me to deliver quality without compromise
Yeah. That's
on the cost side. Yeah.
well. Do you
That's a
have?
very important for SME. I mean, you cannot have the CMM level or ISO processes where things are redundant just to be a slighter safe, but you put a lot of cost which these businesses cannot afford. So even
Absolutely.
sometimes we advise people not to even design a system. Okay, you
Mm-hmm.
design part of it, use the other thing in the Excel or some kind of integration,
Yeah. Okay.
because we think on behalf of our clients. The entire mentorship with the team is that, okay, think as if it is your own business, and
Yeah.
that's how we try to solve things, rather than having the mindset that how much we bill to that client, because
That's
that's where the everyone else is, and we don't want to be those people.
That's very beautiful attitude, to be honest, because I had experience in the past when you start working with somebody and then they say one price, and then somewhere in the middle of the project this price doubles, and you just like, okay, I have a budget in case you didn't know, but but they then find excuse, not excuses, of course, they have valid point, but I cannot afford that. If that
Yeah.
move from 1,000 is just an example, 1,000 to 5,000, I cannot
Yeah.
afford 5,000. We agreed on 1,000. And so
Yes.
it's very important for both parties to have your reference point, and so the customer or client in my case, they know where they stand, and the price it could increase a bit. I would say, cost of the project, but not significant amount. So yeah, that.
Yes, I think SME sector, there is a, it is said that there's a scope, what you want to get it done. There
Mm-hmm,
is a cost,
mm-hmm,
there is a time.
mm-hmm.
If everything is balanced, then you get a quality.
Yeah.
But for SME, we 100% know that cost is something which is having no compromise.
Yeah.
Sometime if you have keep the same cost,
Mm-hmm,
SME will be happy to have a little extra time.
mm-hmm.
The same cost, they will be happy to reduce a little bit of a scope.
Yeah.
But you cannot surprise them that, okay, fine, now cost will be double, or whatever, I mean, increase, and that's mandatory. We need to have our approaches considering cost as a main parameter. So whenever we need to discuss those kind of things, when scope is increasing, cost remains same, then we need to go with the options that this is what you want to do, this is a cost, this is an
Mm-hmm.
increase, and this part is absolute necessary, but this is completely optional. You can do it in alternative ways if you don't have money in right now. You
Yeah.
can. So this is an approach which is important, and I think most of the smart vendors would be doing with their own clients. We are not so unique, but that's very common sense.
Yeah.
Because if you have that kind of understanding that, okay, this is your own business, then you start actually calculating whether this business can afford this kind of cost or not. The question to first to yourself when a project manager or developer comes up with that. Can we ask a question to ourselves? It is our business. Can we afford?
Yeah.
If no, then why the client be able to afford it? So come up with a solution where things are balanced.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, that's very good. So what is next for your company? What is next for Covrize? Is there anything on the horizon that
So I don't go with the set goals. I want to reach somewhere with in X number of years or Y. But the bottom line is that We continue to deliver good work to our clients. Our clients' business grow. My connections on that much that they also need an IT service from people like us. So
Mhm.
that's what I think. It looks like a wish list, but this is what I think whenever think about future. I don't have any kind of set goal about having X number of people in company or Y number of
Mhm.
money in the company account.
Mm.
We want to replicate whatever we are doing with our client. We expire, their businesses grow naturally, their IT budget will grow, that will come to us, part of it at least. And this is where all businesses will grow, all life will improve. uh, so this is a very simple logic.
It is very simple logic. You know, they say if you will clean your own house, uh,
Yeah.
then and so you clean your own house, and if everybody is going to clean their own house, then the all the houses will be clean. So
Yes.
it's yeah, we need to focus on us, on our companies, on our business, and if we have values and principles that's aligned with who we are. And you as a leader, Varix, I think your people are very blessed because you are very uh, I don't know you that well, but I have a sense that you are very 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 nice and loving leader for your employees, and you create that culture that everybody they stay loyal. Remember, you shared one story that somebody who was about to leave, but they stayed because of the culture you created.
Yeah. That regularly happens. And I think law for me, loyalty is a very bad word. I don't use that at all.
Okay.
Trust, it is between two people.
Trust.
Loyalty is one way thing. Okay.
Mhm.
A guy is loyal to his boss, but boss is not loyal to anyone. So this is a trust relationship. And I want to, this place is not luxurious, but this is very cozy place. People like to spend time here. And
Mhm.
that's a good certificate for me that people would like to work in this environment. And the clients we work with are fantastic. They are very nice human being, and people love to contribute in their businesses. So that's what we want to replicate over
Yeah,
and over again.
absolutely. Yeah, and your
And a similar kind of team we want to build it, which is having a similar mindset. We don't want very ambitious people in our structure. We can disrupt whatever we are creating. We want those people who are having a similar mindset. So that's what we aspire to.
That's that's very nice to hear because, as I say, we all create a ripple effect. Whether you in India, whether you in Mars, hopefully we will be one day. We do create a ripple effect, and if we create a good ripple effect, then this business environment and business any business industry and the earth as a whole will be a better place for all of us
Yes.
while we're here. And yes, and then maybe we will leave some legacy as well, so that's what we're aiming for. So thank you very much today, Varix, for your conversation, for our conversation, for being here. And obviously we will continue these short conversations with Varix, and because we have so many things to talk about gurus that well, I love that topic. So we will talk, and we will do maybe that once a month. We will see. I am moving now, so this is my last time doing live from this empty office now. So goodbye, office. And then next time we when we will join, I will be in some new place, and hopefully internet will work. But anyway, I thank you very much, Varix, for being here and for sharing your wisdom with me. And we definitely will continue these conversations because, yeah, it's just real people doing real business and doing some real talk. So thank you.
Thank you.
And you know what, Varix? So you send me your links where people can or how people can connect you, and I will share on all the platforms in the comment section so everybody can get in touch with Varix if they need um, some systems and if they need to outsource some service that he can provide, and just get connected on LinkedIn as well, because he's a good man to be connected to. And thank you again, everyone, and have a lovely Wednesday today. Yeah, time flies.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, it is Wednesday, and we will talk soon, and we will have another networking conversation soon. So thank you and goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for hosting. Thank you, everyone, for listening if you are listening.
They will, because whoever is will watch the replay, thank you as well, because replay as good as live. Ciao.